scenario in which Poland, Lithuania reunites in 2022. And it'll just be Poland and Lithuania reuniting, none of their former lands. So now I need to go to image, mode, RGB. Yes, for some reason I keep going to that other mode that I don't dislike. And the first thing they do is invade Belarus, which kind of starts a Balkan stir. No, not Balkan stir. A Belarusian stir. With Belarus thinking they will not lose. Even telling their people they're on the winning side of the war, even though, well, they're not. And with forces headed right towards Minsk and entering among fronts. This is a common practice in war, making spearheads. So they managed to encircle quite a bit of the army, with the army refusing to fight in many parts. Because there is a lot, I believe there's a lot of areas in Belarus with Polish minorities. And a lot of Belarusian people dislike the government. With Putin deciding, yeah, it's time to take a bit of an invasion, which goes good. Well, that's good for Russia. Well, it's better than America can do in Vietnam. In Vietnam, whatever it's called. Now you know who can win all wars? The cold people. Like Ukraine, Estonia, Finland, and Canada. But Russia is an exception. Ever I can beat them. Well, you can beat Russia in a defensive war, but you can't beat them in an offensive war. And yeah. They continue their advance in, making minuscule gains, these peacekeeping forces. Until they're told it's a special military operation, which they start messing up. Well, luckily for that, Poland finishes this war for them. And this happens. And a peace treaty is signed. And I'll be right back with the treaty. Shifts its focus. They'll get revenge on Sweden for the deluge part of involvement. And all the lands they stole from them. You know, if you watch my Poland history, I added music to that video, so it's probably more enjoyable for the watcher. And they take the most strategic location in Sweden. I think that's Gotland. Yeah, I think it is. And then they push in. With their war going to success and Sweden messing up. Them pushing in and occupying those lands. Then they push up towards Stockholm. And they take Stockholm. And, well, it goes to success. As they start measuring up the land. And start taking land like crazy. Well, Sweden is like, Poland, Lithuania, you really think you can take me on? Yeah, they push in. They take back Stockholm. And they round the Poles. They still can't get much more sea access. This is where they push back to. Before Poland takes the last offensive. And they get these lands. And then they say, you want to go to the peace treaty table, which they do. And they meet in Stockholm, which is right here. Right there. So, occupied lands. And then they decide to invade Czechia and Slovakia. They get Hungary to help them, which is good. With Hungarian troops crossing, and then Polish troops crossing. And just to let you know, I'm working on an animated war video as we speak. with Poland and Hungarian troops starting to spread out from where they started. With Hungarian and Polish troops invading Czechia, with Germany seeing it, Germany sends in some peacekeeping forces. Why do they send in peacekeeping forces? Because they can. And unfortunately for these peacekeeping forces, they don't get fired before Czechia is overrun. And so peace finally signed, with Hungary annexing Slovakia, Poland annexing some lands, and German peace open. So I fixed that problem. But as we can see, the next war is starting after the Hungarian annexations and Polish annexations, where they basically invade Austria. But to the quick actions of Germany, who think, well, our best choice to protect our sovereignty. Sovereign. They invade, saying that the Polish and Hungarian threat is too great, and they quickly overrun Austria. So quick that Poland and Hungary barely had time to gain any more land. Like, that's just crazy to do with that fast, Germany. But the people wanted to be annexed, so that's why it took so fast. And now I'll be back after months. Two with their neighbors of Denmark and Germany. Why do they start two wars after annexing some of Austria? Because they and Hungary decide, yeah, we want more land. Even though, didn't they just get a bunch of land, you might be thinking? Well, they did. But they're biting off a bit more than they can chew. Possible they might lose some land. Why is Germany invading themselves? What? Has my videos become a bunch of banana republics? You know what a banana republic is? A republic where banana companies taken over. Sad. And oppress the people. And well, this happens while Germany is pushed back on this front now. But Germany sees this as its chance to prove itself. They basically push up. They don't go any further than there. Then they do part 2, which is kick Poland and Hungary out. Part 3 is basically get as much land as they can. Which they started an invasion of both countries. Eventually, these advances force peace. Not yet. Now they force peace. So a peace treaty. Germany, and as a result of this, they decide to annex all of Denmark. Yeah, pretty evil. What's smart? What else would you do? With them starting their invasion of Ukraine. Why? Are you mean? You're pretty mean, guys. What I'm saying is vital to their security and national interests. Which, no, is false. They say that Ukraine has planned to attack. How are you doing this if they plan to attack? With Russian morale growing as they see, oh, we do have a chance. The mapping community be like, yeah, we do. Somehow, they're so lucky. I do have a Discord. You should really join it. There's a link in my description of my channel. And they start an invasion of Ukraine. No, they don't start one. They're here. This is not where they are, but this is about. And they push north. But they don't go back into Kherson because they don't cross the Dnieper. So, by the way, let's put them back to where they belong. And now they're basically stuck on that front, but open to advances here. With them taking advantage of this, with Ukraine being forced to put forces on both sides of the country, They're pretty much doomed from the start. With them they start a campaign here towards Kiev again. With a small area declaring that they want to make a new country, which calls himself the Republic of South Ukraine. The Republic of South Ukraine. And this being seen as an opportunity for Poland and Hungary. Well, they're just quickly swooping in. But that's also leading an opportunity for the Russians. With Poland annexing lands and them eventually by Poland being forced to become an ally. Let's use purple for allies. Russia's a de facto ally for now. But they do want South Ukraine. And we'll see how long Russia lasts as an ally of Poland. 2 weeks, maybe. And now for the speediest campaign with Russian and Polish-Lithuanian forces entering the Baltics. Polish first, but there are Russian forces coming in. They soar in. With this happening, and I'll be back with a peace treaty. But this is about the end of the Russian alliance with Poland. With Poland declaring full-on war. But they forgot one thing. Russia is ready. They invade where Belarus used to be because there's still some Russian sympathizers there. And they invade the rest of the Baltics, which aren't very secured. And they imagine to get to Kaliningrad, but this is about where the first Polish offensive starts. Their operation is to occupy Moscow, so they quickly cross into southern Ukraine, from South Ukraine, a new country they created, basically. Well, they declared independence, so they're getting their land back. And, well, this is where Russia's offensive stalls out and goes bad. After a bunch of troops are encircled by Kaliningrad, more troops are encircled here by Belarus area. And while their Belarus front collapses completely, with them being invaded, their Kaliningrad front, unable to be supplied, collapses. With this happening, they start organizing their troops and going for a war with Russia in the Baltics. They call it the Battle of Tallinn, which the Russians are routed in. They start entering Russian territory. The Battle of Belgorod breaks out, and the Russian troops are thus again routed. They're routed at the Battle of Kiev. And just because Poland needs more gas and oil and stuff, they go here. And they start their quick invasion of Russia. And it's called Blitz. Yeah. South and the north, with a battle breaking out. The Battle of Volgorod breaks out, and they take Volgorod. And while Russia is routed in that battle so badly, they lose all of this. So badly that their separatist regions start saying, I thought we were living in a strong country, not this kind of mess, says Kalaria, justifying their leaving. Tatarstan declares independence. And no, it does not look like that. Tuva declares independence, saying that we can no longer trust to be secure under Russian leadership. And then Yakut says, well, if they're going to leave, I'm leaving too, Russia. Say bye to your dream of a federation. With Russia collapsing. And then with Siberia declaring its own republic, which is pro-Western. And then in the Ural Mountains, they decide to become their own country and call themselves Ural. And then in the north, we have a formation of democratic Russia, which is also pro-Western, much like Siberia and the Uralian one. And with Russia's dreams of success in this war wiped out, Russia is in a bad state right now, as they know they'll die. As the war starts to reach near Moscow, with two spearheads, eventually gets to Moscow, battle breaks out, they enter Moscow, they find Vlad missing. Well, then they go into this bunker and they find Vladimir Putin. And there is no Vlad, sadly. Well, is it really sad? Yep, I guess, for somebody. You know, everything's sad. Well, them making a Caucasus republic. Them deciding, yeah, we should occupy Moscow. Again? You haven't done that since 1600s, Poland. You really think you can do it today? I think you can, because Poland can into space. And why can Poland into space? Because I said so. And what is that Russian rump state they're puppeting? Oh no, they don't puppet it. They're like, here you go, democratic Russia, with the capital being St. Petersburg. Democratic Russia is a resurging state. With democratic Ukraine and the Caucasus Republic deciding to be allies, making them allies. With Poland now being in a very good location, they finally are at peace with this big fat Germany over there. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe. Why should you subscribe? Because we're trying to get 75 subscribers. We are at 73 subscribers. You want proof? Want proof? You want proof that we're at 73 subscribers? Let's click on the YouTube app. Let's look at what my searches are. And now I will go to my videos. I don't know if this is going to work so well, because I don't have a full screen being recorded. And yeah, it's loading. Sorry about the wait, guys. See? Yeah. I will be short. YouTube short is doing really well, actually, guys. Let's look at analytics, though. And we're still at 73 subscribers. We had 89 views yesterday. That rose a bit. 92.6. But you should subscribe. We're trying. I want to be to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Special at 75 and special at 100. And look, 109 on Guess the Flag. Did any of you guess the flag correctly? I can't tell you what it is because I don't want to spoil the secret. Yep. And let's look at comments. Yeah, nobody has commented. Yep. This is all the comments I get. You should be really commenting. I always respond, as you can see. Sometimes I accidentally respond 100 times. And sometimes I don't. And, well, let's look at the content that you should be watching. If you haven't watched that, you should watch that. But you're doing good with that video, getting loads of views. Hey, look, it goes up, it went up, and then it instantaneously just rose. Hey, 109 views? Oh my god, 30 in 1 hour. This is just shorts. It doesn't count towards getting monetized. Monetized would basically mean 1,000. But then you need that many viewing hours. But shorts don't count. for viewing hours, I don't think. But you wouldn't ever get that many with shorts or like 30 seconds, less than a minute. So you probably wouldn't. Please like and subscribe. You really should. And let's see where all of ye are from. And why am I saying ye? What am I, a Texan? No. Ye, y'all. Most of you are Americans, so like, y'all chillin'. Ukraine has 0 views? How come Ukraine has 0 or Mexico is 0? It has somewhere in my full lifetime? No, that's weird. Why does it say Ukraine if there's no Ukrainian viewers? Somebody from Ukraine watch this? Americans just love my videos. In Brazil, you're watching it? United Arab Emirates. How come you're not watching it in Qatar? So you watch it in Saudi Arabia. I guess it makes sense not Iran, because I probably got my videos banned in Iran. So you should please like and subscribe. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to comment. But that's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out.